Happy Monday. Welcome back to Reality Water Cooler. I am Sarah in Texas, and this is our place to chat all the latest reality TV gossip. And of course, our beloved Jeff Lewis. Oh my gosh, why do I keep calling him our beloved? Oh my goodness. I hope you had an amazing weekend. If you follow me on Instagram at Jeff Lewis Obsessed, you know that I had an amazing weekend. Quick trip over to LA, West Hollywood, had so much fun, met so many new Chumpette friends. It was amazing. Come with all your questions. I will answer everything that I can at the end of today's show. Let's get started with shout out news. Make sure you're following, make sure you're liking, subscribing, all the things. Thank you so much. And of course, get comfortable in comments because we love hearing what you have to say. Let me get that banner off real quick. Okay, there we go. Okay, in shout out news today, of course, we're going to talk about the Gage and Scott post last night, a little bit about Brandi Glanville and whatever's going with her, and then we'll chat a little bit about Rhony, and then we'll, of course, get into today's Jeff Lewis Live. And then at the end, I'll answer all your questions about Reality Bites live event that I went to in LA. And, of course, going to the farmer's market with Doug and his friend Lisa. It was amazing. So, okay, let's get started with shout out news. Brandi Glanville has posted that she collapsed yesterday and it was really scary due to stress. She says that her son had to take her to the hospital. I guess she's still there because she posted again. And the doctor's name is Dr. Cohen, which she alludes to like the stress of that being so ironic, I guess, because of Andy Cohen. So she says something about she's stressed over a bad edit. So we know this thing with Carolyn Manzo and her, the recording of Ultimate Girls Trip, something went down. We do not know what. I can't even decide if they're even going to end up airing it. Like, do you think it's ever going to air? Because we know this other St. Bart's trip that Kristen Tateman was on, actually, and I got to meet her Saturday. I'll tell you all about that. Is going to air, before this one. And the other one with Caroline Manzo and Brandi and the whole drama of that was actually filmed first. So it's kind of weird, right? Okay, so Gage and Scott, two of Jeff's longest probably relationships. I mean, Gage, he definitely dated for around 10 years. Scott was about 2.5 to 3 years. They are definitely dating now. So we know how particular Gage has been the last couple of years. He wasn't this way when they were on Flipping Out because clearly Monroe's birth was on there. She was on there as a baby, but now he doesn't like her to be on social media or anything. So I think it's interesting that Scott chooses to put Stone's face on social media, on Instagram, and it's public so anybody can see it. Shout out. I'm seeing lots of people that I met this week and it was so amazing. Shout out, Kathy. But this was the first picture I had seen. So Scott, so you know, they both blocked me. So thank you to the Chumpettes, the Jeff Lewis sleuths that send me the information. I really appreciate it. So Scott posted a picture of Gage, his boyfriend, holding now 8-month-old Stone. And then Gage reposted that same picture and said something about, "You're such a great dad" at Scott Anderson Live. So, and he's showing the baby. So I don't know if they've ever had a conversation or if they're co-parenting together, if he's letting Scott make all the decisions since biologically everything, they weren't together when he was going through this, as far as we know, going through the surrogacy process. So anyways, very interesting though. It didn't slip past us that, he is holding a baby that he's showing on the face on social media, and he's so anti Jeff doing that with Monroe. Anyways, but we did see not a picture of Monroe necessarily. I think, did I repost it? I think I made a story of it and then I put it in the Jeff Lewis Obsessed Facebook fan group that we'll chat about in just a second. That's of her fencing, her Monroe's first fencing lesson from this weekend. He said she had a blast. We'll talk about that because Jeff came on the after show and talked about that. I don't think he talked about it on the Jeff Lewis show today. Okay, y'all, did you watch Rhony? It's episode 12 already. It is kind of flying by. So it's still good. I still like it. I just think it's almost getting a little like it's not flowing very well. Does that make sense to you? Like it's just kind of, It seems a little more, and I hate to say this because I love Erin Leachy so bad, and she'll be on Friday's show whenever Jeff flies out to New York really quick. Oh my gosh, shout out Sal. I got to meet you. Oh my God, I'm forgetting. It was Sal or Cy? Sal is your name, right? Anyways, Mr. Nerdy Teacher, I adore you. I got to meet so many amazing people, and we'll talk about that at the end. Okay, are you watching Rhony? I do love it, but it starts off this episode, and Jenna, who's newly single, goes to the gay bar, the lesbian bar, gay bar, whatever, with Bryn, super flirty Bryn, and Bryn is talking about finger banging her, like with her long fingernails. Like, come on. I did just see an article. I think it was in Daily Dose of Donna's Facebook group. Shout out to her because I did get to meet her Saturday, and I gave her the biggest hug Saturday night. It was so amazing to finally meet her in person. So shout out Donna Bowling, Daily Dose of Donna. But I think it was in her Facebook group that somebody kind of said this whole thing feels like gay baiting, with Bryn being so flirty and kind of flirting with Jenna, who is an out lesbian, and yet she's not lesbian. I don't know what is going on with there, but I just don't love it, right? Also, what shocked me, my lovely Erin Leachy and her husband Abe on a double date with Cy and whatever her husband's name is. I don't know. Cy's not my favorite. No, she's not growing on me, and she certainly still isn't growing on me. Let me know if she's growing on you, if you like her. The swinger talk, I was shocked. Like, I get that they're talking about Jessel and her husband Pavitt not having sex after their twin boys born, and they're kind of obsessed with that. They haven't gone through this kind of a dry spell with their husband, so they're totally fascinated by it all. I've got my thoughts on Pavitt, though, because he did not seem impressed at all by that super insanely sexy outfit that Jessel showed him, like crazy. He just seemed like, okay, are we going to have regular dessert too? And I'm like, dude, like you must have, unless he's just doing himself, which I'm sure he is, he must have the biggest set of blue balls ever though. Like, I'm like, aren't you at least a little bit turned on? Like, you've got to like want to inject yourself in your wife every once in a while. Like, it's been a freaking year and a half, dude. Like, oh my God, these twins, I get it. It's two. I've never had two kids at a time. But I do have 5 kids with my husband, and we find a time to bang it out. Yes, we do. These kids sleep, and when they're little, they're in cribs. So even if they start fussing for 5 minutes, you can finish in 5 minutes if you really try hard enough. Like, you really can. Us new parents understand what this is, right? Somebody said he's gay or cheating. I got so many DMs today giving me that he's giving them gay vibes. So I don't know what's going on with that, but he definitely doesn't have into Jessel vibes, right? So that's not really a good thing. Kind of want that from your wife, right? But the swinger thing was so weird. And it also sounded like Erin was sort of into like doing a gay guy. Now I'm wondering, like, I could totally see, I mean, okay, if Jeff was straight, can you imagine Jeff Lewis and Erin Leachy as a couple? I mean, can you just see it? Can you see it? Like, I can totally see it. He loves hot girls. He loves skinny girls. He loves girls that dress well, that are smart and super successful. I can totally see Jeff and Erin Leachy. But we just got to get him to like vaginas again, and she seems open to that for sure. I love how honest she is as a mom, talking about like, I'm just kind of tired of being a mom. Like, maybe we shouldn't even go home tonight. I love how relatable she is. Still love Erin so much. Okay, I'm not even going to talk about Jessel again because that was just grossing me out. I did not need the bath scene with Uba. Why is Bravo producer so obsessed with getting people half naked? Like, it's fine if you're in the bathtub and maybe they've got a bathing suit on underneath, but no, they showed them undressed. Like, I just don't need that. It was just weird. And then she like FaceTimes with Bryn, who is dealing with COVID. It was just so weird. Oh, shout out on your birthday. Shout out for your birthday. So weird. The lunch was super weird, super awkward. Not even sure why they had it. They didn't seem like Jessel was there to apologize. Didn't seem like Cy wanted to be there at all. Cy's all about the food. I get her ordering. If you're sitting there 8 minutes with a camera in your face, people all around you. You're just going to stare at your phone. I would feel like the biggest dork. Oh, shout out Ross. This is Buster who put on the event this Saturday that I'm going to talk about at the very end. Buster/Ross. So his nickname is Buster. So when you hear Chef Stu talk about his friend Buster, that's who he's talking about. I met his mom. I met his sister. Oh my God, it was so amazing. But I just thought the lunch was super weird. I thought it ended super weird. They were both late to the lunch. Like, I don't understand. And I also don't understand, like, this whole one-upping thing. Like, I get that Sai had a horrible upbringing and she wants to kind of own that. And I think she thinks that her and Brent are kind of the ones that have the bad upbringing. Everyone else had, upper to middle class or upper middle class upbringings, and they just kind of want to own the bad childhood thing. They just want that, and they don't really want. And there's nothing about Jessel's childhood that seems like it was bad at all, right? Like she's just trying to, I don't know, just get a storyline or something. I don't really know. Somebody says I think Jessel's lying. Yeah, it just seems fake. It just seems like she's just trying to talk about something. And then one part of it, when they asked, "What was your job when you lived with your uncle in New York City?" Like, I had an internship. Okay, you're not saying a paid internship. And honestly, a lot of internships don't pay. Thank you for the badge, Bridget. So what was she doing, like, for money, for, things you got to pay for in life, right? And she never really answered that. Kind of lame. Anyways, do you like Rhony? Are you enjoying it? Or are you just watching it like me, just so you don't miss something that might be good? I could see a little mix up next season already. I already don't like that Jenna is apparently not even going to be at BravoCon. Has anyone heard why she's not going to be at BravoCon? Like an excuse, a reason. I haven't watched all of Watch What Happens Live yet, that had Kate Chastain and Jessel on together. I haven't finished it all yet, but Andy Cohen does ask Jessel, is Jenna engaged? And she says, I can't answer that. So that tells me she probably is engaged, right? Oh, shout out Donna Bowling. It was so amazing to meet you. What's the money sign for? Is the money sign for the Jenna wanted money? I don't know what that means. Oh, Bridget. Okay. So you say that she's probably not going to BravoCon because she doesn't enjoy the crowds? You got to suck it up, honey. If you agreed to be a housewife, you cannot come on and say you're a loner like Mary from Salt Lake City is saying. That's unacceptable to me. But you also can't be like, oh, I can't deal with crowds, whatever. This is part of it. BravoCon is the convention of us Bravo fans. This is our place. This is first season of the new Rhony Girls. We want to see you. We want to see what you're wearing. We want to hear your voice. We want to ask you questions. Like, we want you there. I almost don't think it's acceptable. It's almost like saying already, I'm not going to be at the reunion, and we don't even know that she didn't enjoy being a housewife. Has anyone seen a podcast or heard or an interview where she said she's just not enjoying it? I don't even remember where I learned or was told or heard that she might be just doing this one season just to kind of get her name out there for like publicity in her companies and things like that. I don't really know. I don't like it though. Don't like it. Yes, Melanie says those stupid bathtub scenes are way overdone. I'm just over it. I'm not into the bathtubs being dirty like whoever was saying it on Salt Lake City. I think that's ridiculous. And them acting like my house cleaner cleans my tub every day. No housekeeper's cleaning your freaking tub every day. I mean, why does your tub need? I guess if you bathe every day, but can't you just rinse it out? Like, I don't need it to be scrubbed down or anything. So weird. Anyways, let me know your thoughts on Rhony, though. I'm dying to know. Okay, let's get into Jeff Lewis today. It was Debbie Gibson, OMG, and Carney Wilson. What did you think? I kind of thought they would, if they were on together, I thought they were going to be better in real life friends. I thought maybe they would have toured together, things like that. They were coming up at the same time as far as the 90s. I graduated high school in 1991. And my senior year, our float for homecoming was like Pop Stars or something like that. So can you see me as Debbie Gibson? because I definitely was. So on our senior student council float, I was dressed up as Debbie Gibson, totally played. I think we're alone now. No, that's Tiffany. Shit. She was also huge at the time, right? What was her big songs? What was Debbie Gibson's big songs? I've even seen the mixtape concert that came to Houston a couple of years ago. It was so good. DebbieGibsonOfficial.com. What'd you think of the show, though? Unpopular opinion? I didn't think it was that great. I didn't. The RV talk was not relatable to me. It didn't really add anything to it. I guess she's single. She doesn't have any kids. She wasn't talking. I guess she was talking about Celebrity Name That Tune. I felt like they could have maybe talked about that a little bit more. They also did that music game again, the whatever it is, where you name the person. Yes, Donna Bowling said it was boring. I thought so too. And I hate when I have to say I thought of Jeff Lewis was kind of boring, but I didn't think it was the same. I didn't think it was great. And it was a Monday. I'm like, come on. I don't know. Oh, thank you for buying a badge. Y'all are amazing. Thank you on Instagram. Thank you, Kel. Kel Bell. Was True Blue one of her songs? True Blue. No. Oh shit. Y'all do not want me singing. Oh shit. What's her big song? Come on, y'all. Oh, a lot of you are saying it was boring, so it wasn't just me. Out of the Blue? Yes. Dana says I don't like that game. I don't either. And I hate saying that. Okay, somebody just said it's too much Carney. Now, I say this, and Carney has never been my favorite. She's been growing on me over the months. She just started following me the other day. And I'm like, I got the notification. I'm like, oh my God. So, of course, I followed her back. And she does, cute, post cute content. I heard she cooks a lot. Only in my dreams. Only in my dreams. Yeah, exactly. That was her kind of big one, though, right? Oh my God. A lot of you are saying too much Carney. So it's not just me. I know. I've seen it on the Facebook groups. Speaking of the Facebook groups, Jeff Lewis did talk about the Facebook groups and how they're a bunch of bitches. And then he said, not all of them. Shout out to the Jeff Lewis Obsessed Facebook group. We are not a bunch of bitches. It is a place where you can have opinions, honest opinions, and you will not get eaten alive. And if you are, hold your own and come back at someone, because I'm not here to babysit the freaking group. But join the Jeff Lewis Obsessed Facebook group. It's a great way to meet other chumpettes in person for a live show, for BravoCon, to chat all the reality stuff that you like, and of course, Jeff Lewis. So he even said, not all of them are a bunch of bitches. And I think he was talking about us, if I may say so myself. Melanie says, I enjoyed Debbie, but I'm over Carney, and I used to be a big Carney fan. She's just way too much. And she wasn't like talking about anything gross. Luckily, the farting, the peeing, the pooping, all the stomach stuff, that's kind of died down. I don't know if she's done talking about it or if she's tired of talking about it herself, but I'm thankful for it. I love that. Bridget says, yours is the only Jeff Lewis Live fan group. There's even more. Somebody sent me some more, or like breeding themselves or something. So I guess there's even more Facebook groups. So anyways, I love that. Only in my jeans, Genes. Such a chump. Jennifer Hall says, I heard that Jenna is a one and done. That was her promise to Andy. Where did we hear that, though? Is that legit? Do we know that for sure? Okay, I do think I heard that. Okay, what else on the show? I don't know. I didn't write a lot of notes down. They filmed the Celebrity Name That Tune in Ireland. She's doing it for charity. Who else was on and did Celebrity Name That Tune? Somebody else did it, and I think they were on Jeff Lewis also. Oh, Wendy says, I think Jeff told her to stop with the gross talk. It wouldn't shock me. But then I saw in the Facebook group that somebody loved today's show, and they loved Debbie Gibson. So who knows? Oh, Heather McDonald. Yeah, okay, you're right. Heather McDonald, for sure. Speaking of, and we'll talk about it at the end, y'all are obsessed that Annie's former producer is the one that I hired a few weeks ago. I just let the secret out, I guess, because I did finally meet her in person Saturday at the event. We'll talk about that later. She is amazing, but the new videos that she's putting out 5 days a week for me from my Jeff Lewis reality water cooler, She is the one making those. She is helping me with social media. She has a brand new company all on her own. I'm so proud to be her very first client. So I'll tell you real quick how it happened. I was looking for someone to do this for me, to hire someone, and I knew I needed a very specific person that knew, all the reality TV stuff, and it just kind of knew my vibe, things like that. So I reached out to Justin Martindale and I just said, hey, who do you know that's, doing your videos, or do you have anyone to recommend? Because anyone can do it from anywhere, right? I don't need anyone in Houston doing it for me. And he said, you need a producer. You need someone like Heather McDonald had, like Annie Sharp. I was like, oh, I just listened to her podcast. Shout out Melanie, who sent me her podcast probably a month or two ago, that she was starting, called like Creative Content or some Content Creative, some podcast name. I had listened to it. It was all about like podcasting and stuff with a friend of hers. And so I reached out to her via DM, and she let me know that she was in between projects and she was available to help me. So we worked it out. She is a dream. We get along instantly. We have such an amazing vibe. She totally gets what I want. And if you are seeing my videos, I hope you love them as much as we do, because she is having so much fun doing them. And I'm having so much fun seeing them on my social media to help promote my show, Reality Water Cooler. And I love it so much. Somebody said Heather never references her. I don't really know much about that. Y'all know I do listen to Juicy Scoop. I do watch it on YouTube when I can. I didn't know a ton about Annie. Okay. So I don't really know. I knew when she left, I knew they, had a picture, and I knew there was talk about like, was it left on bad terms, good terms, things like that. I don't ask her anything about it. And she signed an NDA. So you can't ask her about it either. But a lot of you do. A lot of you DM her and ask her about it. But once we took a picture together and posted it, we let everyone know pretty much that we are working together. So shout out Annie. I adore you. Okay. The Jeff Lewis after show was Paige Davis. Shout out. This is the Christmas card they were talking about on the after show today. So I've showed this before. Paige is amazing to me. She's so nice. She mailed me this Christmas card, 2022. It's super cute. So it does. It's basically a promotion for herself. It says, please feel free to display this holiday card in a prominent, visible place where any tall, successful men that may enter your home can see it. I mean, she's single, ready to mingle. She makes no bones about it. Why not? I think it's hilarious. But on top of being hot and sexy and super fun, she also has a double major degree from Pepperdine University, y'all. She's got a theater degree and a marketing degree. So she's no dummy, y'all. She's amazing. So I love Paige Davis so much. Okay, so she is on with Pej Vadot. There was a little flirting the first time they were on together. Pej has an on and off, on again, off again girlfriend. So he is definitely not looking. He says that she's the love of his life. Paige also said, look, I'm aware he's got this on again, off again girlfriend for a long time. I am a girl's girl. I am not into that. So there is no hope for them anytime soon, as far as we know. Oh, shout out Whisper Blue. Thank you. You're climbing up the ladder. I hope so. Thank you so much for y'all being so awesome. Oh, Plumeria says Paige is beautiful. She really is. But she's also super nice, super funny, super successful. I mean, I just love it. Oh, May Boo. Should we ruin the secret, y'all? Is the Dance Academy guy Pole or Todd Lewis? That's all I'm going to say. He loves keeping the secret, so we'll keep it a secret, though. Okay, so they talk about the Christmas card, and then Jeff and Paige are really trying to tell Paige, look, you deserve the best. Like, I know you had this horrible date where this guy was such an ass jack, it sounds like. Didn't want to talk about his kids at all. Sounds super gross. Not worthy of Paige driving. Was it to Santa Monica that she drove for this date? Sounds super gross. Super aggressive, right? But they were really trying to pump her up, saying, look, no guy, you don't deserve, no guy like that deserves anything about you. So I love how Paige and Jeff were really like pumping her up and telling her that she's worthy and all this stuff. But, like a lot of single women, I'm sure, she gets lonely every once in a while, she said. She wants a guy every once in a while. So on the after show is where Jeff talks about Monroe loving the fencing lessons. She wants to go back next week. It's only a 30-minute lesson. He is so hands-on with her. He didn't even wait in this other room where the other dads were, because he said it was all dads, not moms. He wanted to be right there on this bench behind her. So I sort of love that, right? And he did share a picture with us, right? Yes, Robin says, I always enjoy listening to Paige's dating stories. So many jerks out there. She doesn't put up with crap. And I love that. I love that she has dates, but she also knows what she wants out of things, right? What else? I am worried that this house that Jeff is having completely redone, it feels like. I'm worried if this clown, the muralist, whatever she's called, starting today, I'm worried that Monroe's going to be totally out of the mermaid phase in 6 to 9 months when this is ready. If y'all have kids, if you have girls with any kind of a personality like Jeff Lewis, and you can change your mind on a whim and have very strong opinions about it, like Monroe Lewis, I am really worried she's going to be done and be like, Daddy, I don't even want this anymore. Y'all remind me what he said it cost, $3,500 or was it $4,500? I can't even remember, but it's a lot of money. She's got very specifics. I love that she has notes. She wants blonde hair. She wants red hair. She wants brown hair. She wants brown skin, but not too brown. Yes, those are the words of Monroe. Don't repeat it. And then Alyssa was like, yeah, I don't know that we need to talk about that. So I love Alyssa's always the voice of reason. Okay, someone's saying 5,000. Somebody's saying 3,500. I can't remember. I want to say it was 3,500, but now I really can't remember. Thank you for sharing the live on TikTok. I really appreciate it. Please tap the screen. It really helps on TikTok to let other people know that I'm live. I haven't been going live on TikTok for a while, so I don't think people are back into the rhythm that I'm live on TikTok. That's the only platform, though, thank you for liking it. I appreciate it. Just tap, tap, tap. It's free. Just tap the screen. That's the only platform that doesn't put up the replay, though. So if you join late or ever want to watch the whole show, it's everywhere else as a replay. Podcast everywhere, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook group, Facebook page, Twitter. Is that it? YouTube, did I say? Everything is under Jeff Lewis Obsessed. Okay. But I'm just worried that it's not going to be ready in time. Or the house isn't going to be ready in time for her to outgrow the mermaid situation. Don't know. I liked the talk that Pej and Paige were talking about, like how they became fans. They were both watching Flipping Out from the beginning. And then they heard about Jeff having the radio show, Jeff Lewis Live, and that's how they found out about Jeff Lewis Live. So I kind of like that. I'm with y'all. I didn't think it flowed them two together. I don't know that it was just today. Everyone can have an off day. TikTok was blurry today? Oh, darn. Thank you for letting me know. Is TikTok blurry? It looks super clear to me. I hate whenever it looks clear to me, and yet I hear it's bad video quality for other people. I'm sorry about that. I'll try to work on it. And then the callers seem nervous today. I don't know why. I guess I don't like all the callers being the same people, because I have noticed a lot of the same people tend to call in, probably because it's so exciting to call in and talk to them for one thing. But also, they just seem nervous. I don't know. So anyways. Reality Cowgirl. Diane says, I like Monica's idea to buy art instead of a mural. Yeah. Not opposed to that idea for sure, right? And Monica's got a little girl, so she's totally aware, of how kids can change their mind at the last minute. God knows, y'all. Seriously. Monica, Melanie says, Monroe will grow up very quickly and think that mermaids are too little. Just wait. That is not a cheap thing. I mean, it's expensive enough just to have a painter come in, but luckily Jeff has like painters and all these people that can do jobs for him super quickly. But having someone paint a very unique custom mural on your daughter's bedroom, I mean, I love it, but maybe he shouldn't do that till, a week before they move in, like have the time slot, have it paid, have it situated, and then figure out what the design's going to be, right? You're right, Lady Glace. He can afford it. Maybe Sparkles can have the mermaids fencing. Oh my God, I sort of love that idea. Oh my God, DM Jeff that. That's so cute, actually. But you know what? She could quit fencing in a week. Who knows? I have called in. Okay, so get your questions ready. Please be please be understanding that I am looking at 6 different platforms, 3 different, an iPad, shout out TikTok, an iPhone, shout out Instagram. And then on my computer right here is where YouTube goes out, Facebook group, Facebook page, and Twitter. So I've got 6 different places that questions can come in. So ask me any questions. I'll answer whatever you want. Probably the number one question whenever I did the Ask Me Anything in the Uber yesterday on the way to LAX was Jeff there? Did I see him this weekend? And what, if so, how was he? Or if I didn't, was I disappointed? So I did not go to this event, Reality Bites Live in West Hollywood on Saturday, thinking that I was going to see Jeff. I went to support Chef Stu and Amy Phillips, who put this amazing event together with Ross, who was amazing. If he's still on, shout out. They met doing this cookbook together, but since then they've like become really good friends. They were at BravoCon together, signing those cookbooks together. They're really good friends. They've done book signings, things like that. Clearly, Chef Stu during the brunch. So I had the ticket that I bought for the brunch and the happy hour. So they did a bundle. I love saving money. Y'all know that. They did a bundle. Amy gave me this mug, Drama Darling. Thank you, Amy. And then somebody gave me one of the cups, the Armenian coffee grinds cups that they're using. So thank you for that. Thank you for my friend that gave me that, and to Amy. What else? So I bought the bundle. So I was at the brunch, which was 12 to 3, met some amazing people. There was way more people. So at that one was Kristen Tateman from Rhony. She was amazing. So beautiful, so nice. She has 2 kids. They're 15 and 11 now. She was so sweet. We chatted about being moms together, like just me and her for about 10 minutes. It was really sweet. Doug and Megan were there. They're so amazing. In the evening one was Emily Simpson from Housewives and Gina from OC. Doug came back to the evening one. Alyssa came and surprised Amy Phillips. I literally teared up when I saw them hug because it was so freaking sweet. During the daytime one is where I met Colt from Gay Man with a Spray Tan. I'm officially in love, y'all. I love him so much. He's even cuter, even sweeter, even more nice in person. And that's also where I met Annie for the first time and the only time, because they didn't come to the evening one. So then at the evening one was Emily and Gina. Doug was there. Alyssa was there. Patrick and Pole came. Of course, Amy and Stu. So if you were there, tell me in comments if you agree with me. I don't think Jeff should have come. Not only, I just think it wasn't the vibe. Like it was so much going on. There were so many people. Everyone was talking and getting. I think if Jeff would have come, it would have turned into a Jeff show instead of a Stu and Amy event, I should say. So I think it was perfect. I did hear that he was putting Monroe to bed. I did hear Stu say that he wanted to go home and snuggle with Jeff later. I did see a video this morning of Stu walking Toby and Milo together. So clearly they're not on a pause. It was amazing. So I don't think it had anything to do with not supporting Stu and Amy. I just felt like he was just busy with Monroe. But I also, as a guest, I just feel like he shouldn't have been there. Like, I don't know. It just felt right. How many do you think were at each event? Oh my gosh. So it didn't end up being at this mansion that they were talking about. So I'm not really sure. I don't know if Ross is still on, if he's able to say why it wasn't at the mansion. I'm assuming there was a good reason. It ended up being at an event space. Yeah, Kathy agrees. It ended up being at this event space that is where on OC a few weeks ago, Emily's daughter was doing like this photo shoot because she's like a little model now. So maybe Kristen Tateman had a hookup for that, because it's actually a space upstairs of her LA models, of her agency. Okay. So maybe she's the one that had that hookup. I'm not really sure. Did you get to see Doug's infamous shed? No. So do you want me to explain the Doug thing? So a few weeks ago, I DM'd Doug and his friend Lisa. So Lisa Krause has been on his Cooking Kibitz. She's amazing. She's such a good friend of his. And she comes on the Instagram live when she gets a chance. And we've DM'd a few times. And I just really wanted to meet her. Well, they clearly talk about and post all the time about going to a farmer's market every Sunday. So I said, hey, I DM'd them both. I said, hey, I don't fly out until I knew I was going to see him at the event. We'd already talked about that. I knew he was going to be at the brunch and the happy hour. Okay. So I did see him there and chatted, but you know, everyone wants to see Doug, right? So I let him do his own thing. I knew I was going to be able to hang out with him Sunday. So we had DM'd and I said, hey, I don't fly out until the afternoon. I said, maybe I can pop into the farmer's market and just say hi to y'all. I said, I won't bother you long. I just want to see you. Oh my God. He was like, absolutely. This is where we're going to meet this time. He ended up bringing me gifts. He brought me some more salt. He surprised me with this amazing tote bag. The Cooking Kibitz tote bag is amazing. It's such good quality. I love it. He treated me to a chocolate croissant from his favorite place. They took me and my friend Mary around. Shout out Costco Mary. They took us around to all their favorite vendors who they're good friends with. Bought the best of everything. I treated him to some olive bread because I wanted to try it. Oh, Ross is still here. Shout out, Ross. The house was mostly outside and it rained. So that's why they switched it. Yeah, that was a good call, Ross. It was a perfect venue. It really was. There was this downstairs part that was a more intimate area where we kind of like talked and everything had some food and had past drinks. But the bartenders were hot. By the way, okay, I'll talk about hot Brandon in just a sec. Okay, the farmer's market. We hung out with Doug and Lisa the whole hour and a half, 2 hours that we were there. Like, it wasn't like I bothered him or anything. You know, we went to all the different places together. It was so fun. Then we went to a bakery that Lisa wanted to get my kids some cookies for me to take back to Texas to my kids. They're the best cookies. This Levin Bakery, Levain. Y'all may have it in LA. We do not have that in Houston. It was the best chocolate chip cookies ever. So we had such a fantastic time. Doug and Lisa are such good friends. They are so easy to chat with, so fun to hang out with. We really just had the best time. Okay, so that's about the farmer's market with Doug and Lisa and my friend Costco Mary that came with me. Shout out, Marie. Oh, I love that. Yes, Tanya says we're the kind ones from Jeff Lewis Obsessed, the Facebook group for sure. Yes, it was truffle salt, Joyce. It was truffle salt that he brought me. What else? Call me a jelly donut. I don't know what that means. Okay, hot Brandon, the bartender. Very shy. Okay, Ross, Buster. What should I call you, Buster or Ross? I wasn't expecting him to be so shy. So downstairs, we walk in to the afternoon one, the brunch, which was 12 to 3. There was this super cute young bartender. And so I just kind of leaned over and I was like, I was like, are you hot Brandon? And he was like, huh? And I said, oh, what's your name? And he goes, Nate. I go, oh, you're hot Nate. So somebody walks by, maybe it was Ross, and he goes, hot Brandon's upstairs. I'm like, oh, okay. So then I see hot Brandon, whatever you like. He's so shy. He is shy. So I was not expecting anyone in Jeff Lewis's world, anyone that comes and is hired as a bartender, I expected him to be super outgoing and friendly, but he wasn't. He was very shy. So when I asked him upstairs, are you hot Brandon? He goes, sorta. So then I thought, oh, maybe this isn't Brandon. It's somebody else. It was him. Somebody else reminded him, hey, are you the guy from Britney Spears' video? And he was like, sorta. So he's just super shy. I don't think he likes that kind of notoriety. I wonder if he realizes how many of us know him as hot Brandon from the Jeff Lewis Live show, though. Like, seriously, don't know what he looks like. I mean, I do now. super cute. But I have to tell you, Hot Nate is just as cute, and he was a little friendlier. I'm not saying Brandon's not friendly. He's just shy. Like, I just don't think he wanted the notoriety. He didn't want to be called Hot Brandon, which is fine. If I'd have known that, I wouldn't have done it, but I didn't know. Now I know. What other questions do you have? Shout out, Marie. Greetings from Australia. Oh, thank you, May. That's so sweet. What recognition? Yes. The good bartenders are usually very outgoing and friendly. I kind of thought that's what happened with bartenders, that you were friendly and outgoing, right? Um, Ross, what else do you want to tell us about the event? It was so good. We did not, Diane, we didn't end up going to High Top. So we met some people. It was so fun. By the way, Ross, you were on to something. This was such an amazing event that could really be done for any niche. Fans, we all just want to get together and meet each other and be with the celebrity that we obsess over, right? This was so fun because everyone there was either a Chef Stu fan, an Amy Phillips fan, a Jeff Lewis Live fan. It was, or an OC fan. It was so fun to also be together. Oh, Ross says, who would you want to see in New York City, New Jersey area in December? So can they DM you? DM Ross Michael Caputo, Caputo. And let him know who you'd want to see in the New York area from New Jersey or New York City. Oh my God, I'd want Erin Leachy. And since she's about to be on Jeff Lewis Live for the second time, she'd probably do it. Oh my God. Ross Michael Caputo, Caputo. If you don't get it or you don't find it, DM me and I'll set you up with him. Because I think they want to do this in other cities. It was amazing. It was so fun because most people dragged like a friend or their husband. Most people, I would say, a lot of us, thank goodness, know each other from Jeff Lewis Obsessed and Chumpettes. So we had planned to either meet there. 4 of us met for breakfast at Sight Glass that morning. It was so fun. I had never met the other 3. They had never met each other. Y'all, we chatted. It was Costco Mary, it was Christina, and it was Antonia. We chatted for an hour without stopping. We knew every joke, every inside joke. We knew everything. Then we go to the brunch and we meet up with Kathy, everyone else. We met a new friend, Nancy, that ended up going to Chaz Dean's LA salon with us and hung out. It was so fun. These kinds of events, do not limit yourself. Do not hesitate to come alone, to travel. You will always find friends. I promise you. It is so much fun. I think in the future, like a game or an icebreaker where people can like meet people if they came alone. Luckily, I feel like a lot of reality TV fans are kind of outgoing. So we had no problem meeting people. Oh, Kel Bell says she went alone. Are you Kelly? Are you Kelly from OC? I know I met a Kelly. I think that's your Instagram name. I can't remember. And shout out. Thank you for buying a badge also, Kelly. Oh, Kathy, it was so fun to meet you. I mean, it's just yes, it is Kelly. Hello. Yes, there were husbands there. And there was, if he's still on, he's a math teacher. He was so amazing. So cute too. I'm getting it wrong, but I think his first name is Sal. His Instagram name is something totally different. Sal and his husband, Isaiah, who's also a chef at a school. They were so nice. I mean, I met so many people, 2 sisters that came. So one of the sisters is, her Instagram, I think is Sugar, or maybe it's TikTok, Sugar Addict 50. I love her. She brought her sister that's sort of a fan, but not really. So really, it's just, don't hesitate if you don't have someone to come with. Like, you will always find people and you will have fun. If I'm at the event, look for me and I will drag you around with me. I promise we'll have fun. So I will never let you be alone if you don't want to. It was so fun. What other questions can I answer? If you were there, y'all tell me in comments what you thought. Let Ross know what you thought. If you're listening on the replay, make sure to DM or put in comments and I'll send it over to Ross who you'd want to see at a New York Reality Bites live event from New York or New Jersey. Oh my gosh. Oh, Kelly, it was so fun to meet you. I I was excited to hear about High Tops. Melanie, we didn't end up going. So towards the end of the night, a couple of friends that were gonna come with us, you know, they got tired, different, they had to drive home. One was driving home to Las Vegas. A lot of people were about 30 minutes to an hour away. So that's quite a drive at, you know, night on Saturday. My feet were killing me. My boots are so cute, but they're like 1 hour boots. They're not 3.5 hour boots. Okay. I took Tylenol after I got out of the shower Saturday night. Yeah, my feet were killing me. If I knew we were going to go to High Tops and just sit, I'd have been great with it. But in the end, my friend Costco Mary, we were staying at the same hotel. We had 2 different hotel rooms. We just went back to the hotel and hung out. I think Nancy drove us home. Who drove us home? Oh my God, I literally can't even remember who, and I was not drunk. Trust me, I cannot remember who drove me home though. The drinks were so good. The food was so good. So during the brunch one, Stu did like 2 food demonstrations, but I think by the time he realized at night, it was like more popping and music, and it was just more of a party atmosphere being the happy hour. And he was just like, never mind. I know people don't want to stop and have me do a cooking demonstration. So he just nixed those for the evening. I think was a great idea. I also think in the future, I think they should always be evening events. I just feel like that's a happy hour is more of a, you know, people want to dress up. They want to see their celebrities, their Bravo celebrities. I think the brunch event is kind of hard. Also, people want to drink alcohol because you don't want to be driving home at, 2 and 3 in the afternoon. Or maybe Ubering, clearly not driving home after you've been drinking. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to meet you again in Vegas. I met you there last time, Michelle. I cannot wait. I stayed at a hotel called Elon Hotel, and it was amazing. Somebody, I do not know who they were, but somebody was super famous staying there because they pulled up. I was like answering a bunch of DMs, and then I got an Uber to go to LAX yesterday, but somebody pulled up in a Sprinter van and got them out, and like 4 people got it. I don't know who they were. They were super famous though. Oh, I love that. Robin says, I so want to go to one of these events. If I can tell you anything, don't hesitate. Y'all know, if you've been with me a while, the first thing I ever did by myself was the Jeff Lewis Live Burbank show, November 2021. I had no one to go with me from Texas. I figured out the Facebook groups, got on a Facebook group, and Cheryl from Van Nuys was very nice, DM'd me and said, I'll pick you up from the airport. I'll take you to lunch. We'll have a good time. She gathered some friends, some Jeff Lewis fans at a local bar that we met before the show. Then we went and had a drink after the show with Jen and her husband from Kansas City. They were amazing. And we're still friendly with them. It is such a fun thing to do. Do not stop yourself from buying a ticket or doing something fun just because you don't have a friend to go with. Get on the Facebook groups, ask who wants to go. I promise you will. It was so fun. Oh, Kelly says, I have a friend in Orange County whenever I need a ride or hang out. Oh my gosh. And Orange County is beautiful, y'all. So in January of this year, I flew out and met 3 other Jeff Lewis friends, and we rented a house together in Newport. We went to the Fortune Feimster show together. We just had a great time. So I promise you, the best way to find your people is obviously us, the Chumpettes, but the Facebook group, Jeff Lewis Obsessed, because that's just an easier way to have like a post or a thread and then comment underneath it and find people in your city. So I love that. Tammy says, Doug is so sweet. For sure he is. What other questions do y'all have? We will wrap it up soon. Thank you for joining me on TikTok. Thank you for tapping the screen and liking. I really appreciate it if you share. Thank you. Thank you for the follows. They worked the crowd. Emily and they did Q&As. Gina answered a question. Of course, somebody asked a question about how she feels like Shannon is getting, how she's getting treated after her DUI, knowing that Emily also had a DUI. She was very nervous to answer that question. I think she answered it very well. She definitely said that she feels terrible that Shannon is getting so much Instagram hate and so much social media hate, but she understands she did something wrong. She said that she hopes she learns from it and can move on, clearly. So she handled it very well. They were so nice. I didn't bother them much. Clearly, The happy hour event was way more crowded, a lot more people there. Patrick, Poe were there. Doug was there. Alyssa was there. Emily was there. Chef Stu, Amy, Gina. I mean, there were so many celebrities there that everyone wanted to chat with. So I did get a quick picture with Emily and Gina. And Gina remembered meeting me at BravoCon. She was like, I've met you before, haven't I? And I'm like, oh. We did go over, we were going to go over to Poland Patrick's, Pola2's studio. We didn't end up having time. We went and ate lunch at Granville's together. So 3 other friends and I went and ate lunch at Granville's together. I got my salad with my shrimp. I love the Granville salad. So good. And then we went to Chaz Dean's LA salon, saw him, but he was getting ready for an event, which I knew. He had told me he would be there, but he had an event that he hosted that night. We went to the shop where he sells all the candles and everything. And I am burning my Wisdom Chaz Dean candle right now. It smells so good. You can get that on chazdean.com. And he will be on Jeff Lewis Live tomorrow with Andrew Coleman, who I adore. What else? So we did see him, but the lady Julie, who runs his store at the Chaz Dean salon, remembered me. She was like, I've met you before. And I'm like, yeah, I was here in January. She was so friendly to us, y'all. But we just walked around. It's always so fun. It's a very calm, very beautiful, very relaxing salon, like the whole space. It's everything we saw on Flipping Out. When Gage and Jeff were designing that, his bungalows, as you call it, it looks like they were designed last month and finished. They're beautiful. They're so well kept. It smells good. The furniture is always clean. It's amazing. And he was so nice. Oh, the wind candles. What else? I need the wallpaper. I love all the people that were there. I mean, it was so fun. It really was. And Ross, seriously, your mom, your sister, they are so nice. You are so cute. I do not know if you're single, but if you are, I hope you find your dream person one day very soon, because you are so cute, so sweet. The event was so professional. It was so well run. The food was so good. It was so classy. I think you're on to something. This was such a fun way for fans to get together and mingle with their people, and also, you know, see their celebrities in the same. And it was such a very intimate setting. It wasn't like this big thing where they're like far away, like BravoCon panels. It was very small and intimate. It was so amazing. Yeah, Kathy says, great event, Ross. It was so good. So I assume the website for next, if you want information about this one, just so you know what it was, because somebody did on Ask Me Anything, ask what the ticket prices were. This one, about with the fees and stuff, was about $350 for both of them, because I did the bundle. So I don't know what the individual ones were, but I definitely saved money buying the bundle to the happy hour and the evening one. I really think in the future they should just be all evening ones, unless it's like a breakfast thing where it's just not, maybe like a, what do you call it, like a brunch. Well, it was a brunch, but more like champagne and breakfast type foods maybe. But I guess it was breakfast type foods, because there was a quiche, or they called it a frittata. There was a frittata. Can't remember. Anyways. Ross, you are so sweet. It was really such a fun event. Okay, any more? Oh, Ross is single. Ross Michael Caputo. Any relation to Teresa Caputo? That would be interesting. I think she'll be on Jeff Lewis again soon. Oh my God, it was so fun. Your mom and sister are just the best. Okay, any more questions? If not, we're going to wrap up. We usually try to keep this to 45 minutes. So if you are new, thank you for joining live. It is so much more fun to join live. Everything goes up as a replay, as a podcast immediately. Everything is under Jeff Lewis Obsessed. Please make sure you like. Please make sure you comment underneath my videos. It really, really helps with my engagement, the algorithm, and I would really, really appreciate it. So thank you so much. Every social media is under Jeff Lewis Obsessed. So thank you so much. Oh, Kathy says, I love Ross's mom. She was so sweet. So cute too. Oh my gosh, she's really pretty. Really pretty. Okay, well, we are going to log out tomorrow. I will see you same time, 12 o'clock Pacific, on TikTok Live, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook group, Facebook page, Twitter, and then it immediately goes up as a replay afterwards. Thank you, Vicki, for buying a badge. That's Ross's mom. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. You're going to make me blush. Okay, y'all have an amazing day. I'll talk to you later. Bye, y'all. Okay, bye, Instagram. Bye, TikTok. And bye, YouTube.